Hey guys, so this is me. I'm known as Chaos10110 on YouTube, and I wanted to say that it's not easy to say that Charles and Alli Trippy are no longer a couple. It's one of those bittersweet days where you feel as if something that you put so much heart and soul and commitment into was for nothing. But here's the thing. We all go through some sort of phase in our life where we find ourselves becoming attached to something, and then we draw our energy into it in a way that symbolizes that we are really attached to a certain something. And the CTFxC was that certain something that we all became attached to. We all started at one point on a video, and we just gradually became more and more attached to them. So it's hard to say that what's going to come out of this sudden occurrence. It's not going to just go like that. It's not just going to vanish and it's all going to just heal. It takes time to heal from something like this, and it takes time to process the information. Just like when you suddenly discover a death in your family, and like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do on my part? There's nothing you can do. All you can do is continually support them, watch their videos, subscribe to their channels, tweet them, comment, message them, because they're feeling confused, hurt, and scared just as much as you are. This is impacting on me since I've been a CTFxC'er since day 353, and I'm pretty sure that Shay Colette and a lot of other YouTubers are impacted as well. For all the YouTubers and now just become CTFxC'ers, this is something that is either really impacting and emotional or just averagely disappointing. For me, I've met Charles twice, once at Warped Tour in 2012, and the second time at the Showbox at the Market in 2013. And I love meeting them. And I know for a fact that Charles is not going to quit We the Kings. If he does, that's going to obviously create more anger and stress in people, but I don't think he's going to quit We the Kings. We the Kings are like another family to him, and we're all an extended support system that's going to help him become legitimately stronger. He's always been attached to us, and although we don't see him face to face, he genuinely feels like we are a support system to him. And for me, when I saw that video, I was of course shocked. We all had that heart-sinking, heartbreaking feeling, because for some of us, we don't have very much support in our lives, and the CTFxC was a support system. We felt as if Charles and Alli were our parents. They were helping us through our struggles, and their positivity helped lift us up during our down times. Now, I don't want anyone to think that it's their fault, because these things can happen. I heard that divorces are happening more this year. Some divorces have happened in my family, and it just happens. Sometimes relationships don't always work out, and for me, I've definitely seen enough to know enough, meaning I've seen breakups happening all over the internet. I have friends that have gone through relationships and broken up, and that's just something to consider, because love is definitely a precious thing, but at the same time, it doesn't always last forever. Of course, it's just a lot of thoughts to process, because when you consider the people that are going through that change, you kind of think to yourself, do I ever want to go through this experience? And that's where the fear kind of comes in, because you aren't sure if you want to be in a relationship because of what you just witnessed, and you kind of pick up from that vibe of what's happened, and that kind of creates fear or kind of an awareness, but more fear because you're thinking, so if I were to go to a relationship, will this ever happen to me? So that's something that we're all going through right now. We're all going through a thought process. We're all trying to figure out, how am I gonna continue life without this little lack of fullness in me? And how am I gonna continue to live a daily life knowing that this part of me is no longer with me? But it can still be filled in, but it's going to take time. It's just like, I mean, there are various topics to talk about when it comes to losing something, or not, when it comes to losing something such as I have the poster right there. When it comes to losing something or having a heartbreak or anything that's related to a loss. A loss is never easy. I've had losses in my life. Some of them have been more impacting than the others. So I want all of you to just consider this a life-strengthening moment, to think of it as a time that you're not going to overthink it, because divorces, relationships, breakups always happen. Maybe not as much as for some people, but for some people it happens more often. And people have been through more challenges than you could possibly feel for. So, for the rest of the day, I want all of you to just, well, I'm not going to order you around, I'm just saying, try to consider thinking of just not them. But if you want to, well, that didn't come out right. Just try to consider a brighter future for them. Consider of how much better of a life they're going to end up creating. Because with the challenge comes healing. And it's all a matter of a process. So, we all love each other. We're all a family on this community we call YouTube. So just live your day as full as you can. Charles and Alli still are friends, and they love all of us as the CTFxC'ers and we the Kingers and Shaytar's Rebellionites. So they're also in a process of thinking, how am I gonna continue this day? And yes, so just, it's gonna take some time. So I wanted to post this video because I wanted to support my CTFxC passion and prove that these guys will find happiness again. So until tomorrow's vlog, we'll see what should happen in the future. CTFxC for the win.